Sometimes a dream feels so far away, you don't even dare to speak it out loud. But what if that dream slowly, quietly starts coming true? For Gawin, standing on stage in Tokyo.it wasn't just about music.it was about every step he took to get here, every doubt he once had, every person who believed in him, especially one. And for Joss, watching from the crowd, tears in his eyes, pride in his smile, this moment meant everything. This is more than just a performance. It's a story of belief, love, and finally becoming who you were always meant to be. Gawin, when I was younger, if someone had told me that one day I'd be performing at a concert in Tokyo, I would have probably said, "Are you crazy?" That moment, Joss didn't have to say a word. His smile said everything. "I knew you could. Thank you so much. This is truly a dream I never imagined could come true. I'm deeply grateful to every single person who came here today to support me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart." His eyes, they were glassy, and for a split second he looked like he was holding back tears, because deep down Joss remembered everything. He remembered when no one believed they'd make it this far, when people doubted them, when even Gawin sometimes questioned if he was good enough. Back then, there wasn't a big stage and no bright lights, just dreams fragile and quiet. But through it all, Joss stood by him. He never stopped believing, not even for a second. So in that exact moment, under the Tokyo sky, as Gawin stood center stage, Joss wasn't just watching a concert, he was watching a promise come true. Back when the future was unclear, back when people only saw Gawin as just another trainee, Joss saw more. He saw talent. He saw potential, but more than anything he saw someone worth standing by. Joss believed in the version of Gawin that Gawin hadn't fully stepped into yet. He spoke with quiet confidence, saying, "One day, you'll get there. You'll shine." Even when Gawin doubted himself, Joss didn't waver. He stayed. He supported. He kept showing up. And every time he said, "You can do it," it wasn't just words. It was love. It was belief. It was a promise. And now tonight on this Tokyo stage, that promise, it finally came true. Joss didn't need a spotlight. He didn't need applause. All he needed was to be there. And the way he looked at Gawin that night, it was everything. No words, just teary eyes and a proud, quiet smile that said, "You did it." It was the kind of smile you give someone when you've seen their lowest points, when you've held them through the doubt, and now you're standing with them as they live their biggest dream. Gawin might have been the one on stage, but Joss's heart was up there with him. Because in that moment, under the Tokyo lights, in front of thousands, Joss wasn't just Gawin's boyfriend. He was his biggest fan, his safest place, his forever support. And it showed. To everyone else, this might have looked like just another concert, but to them, it was something much bigger. This was proof that quiet belief, shared dreams, and unwavering support can take you farther than anyone ever imagined. For Gawin, it was about finding his voice. For Joss, it was about watching someone he loves take flight. This wasn't just about music. It was about growth, about love, about a journey they walked side by side. No one clapped louder than Joss. No one smiled prouder, because this win, it belonged to both of them. And the best part, they're just getting started. After the lights faded, after the cheers softened, there was a moment just between the two of them. No cameras, no crowd, just Gawin, still glowing from the stage, and Joss, looking at him like he was the whole sky. He didn't say much. He didn't need to. Just a soft touch on Gawin's shoulder. A whispered, "I told you so." And that smile, that proud, teary smile, because sometimes the loudest kind of love doesn't come from grand gestures but from simply showing up, again and again. And Joss, he's been showing up since day one. Every milestone Gawin reaches, Joss is always there, just a few steps behind, never in the way, never trying to outshine, just quietly holding space, cheering him on, loving him through it all. And maybe that's why Gawin is able to shine this bright, because he knows no matter where he goes, Joss will be right there, not just as a partner, but as a believer, a teammate, a home. Tokyo was just one night, but the journey that brought them here, it was built on years of trust, patience, and love, and now that they've seen what's possible, can you imagine what's next? If this is how beautiful the beginning looks, then the future, it's going to be even more magical, and whatever comes next, we know one thing for sure. They'll face it together, hand in hand, heart to heart. Long after the lights dimmed, long after the last note faded into silence, that moment still stayed in the air, in their eyes, in every heartbeat that had witnessed it. For Gawin, it was the night a dream came true. For Joss, it was the night his belief was proven right. But for both of them, it wasn't just about the success. It was about everything they had built to get there. The late night talks, the quiet encouragement, the little moments no one saw, and now all of it lives inside one unforgettable memory. One moment they'll never forget. As they walked out of the venue that night, there were no big words and no dramatic scenes. Just Gawin, tired but glowing, and Joss right beside him, holding his bag, keeping him close. It's easy to love someone on the good days, but this kind of love, the one that walks quietly with you from day one, that stays through the fears, the doubts, the dreams, that's rare. And that's what they have. And no matter how big the stage gets, and no matter where the future takes them, Joss will always be the one walking just one step behind Gawin, not to follow, but to catch him if he ever falls. There were no fancy words, and no public declarations, and no viral clips, just Gawin, still catching his breath after the performance of a lifetime, and Joss standing right there, not in the spotlight, but in every moment that truly mattered. For Saleh wasn't there to be seen, he was there to support. Protect. Love, sometimes, the strongest kind of love is the one that stays silent but never absent. And if you looked closely, you'd see it in the smallest things. The way Joss stayed close, the way he carried the weight so Gawin didn't have to, the way his eyes never left the person he believed in most, because this was never about fame. It was about faith, and a love that never needed to shout to be felt. Some days feel like dreams you never even dared to dream, and tonight in Tokyo, what Gawin gave on that stage, it wasn't just his moment. It was their journey. A journey made possible because, from the very beginning, someone believed in him and never stopped. And that belief, it's still alive, still growing, still standing right beside him.